All right. Woke up. Got one of the rants out my system. All right, let's check this out. I want to go into something real quick that I don't know if people talk about or whatever, but I want to talk about the sexiness of the girls, man. That's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about why do the most fucked up looking chicks, man. I mean, fucked up looking girls, fat. I ain't talking about like, real just like a little big or something like that. You know, they fat but a little bit. I'm talking about morbidly obese. I seen a girl, that motherfucker, man. I couldn't tell. She like a bowling ball with legs and arms, man. That's how round that motherfucker was. And she thought she was the sexiest shit just walking around. I'm like, are you serious, nigga? I started to pick you up and throw you down the lane or something, throw you down the alley or something like that. She thinks she's strutting out there thinking she's the most sexiest shit. I'm like, damn, somebody, But because I think that all guys somewhere will hit that. Somebody somewhere will hit that. Just because I don't like it, don't mean that somebody don't like it. I'm looking at it like, man, that one, but not just her. There's a lot of girls that's walking out there, and the ugly girls got a lot of lip. Like, oh, nigga, fuck you, and this, they got the right to turn a nigga down. I'm like, when did this happen? When did the changing guards happen with this? The ugliest girls sitting up there with motherfucking self-esteem. I'm surprised. Some girl, man. Look, you see some girls with some dudes, and you be like, man, she got to be sucking his dick, or she cashing out, or something of that nature, something like that. But nah, these girls act like they got standards. Like, nigga, nah, they turn the niggas down. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, so I'm looking at it like, the sexiness of the woman is not there no more. You know what I'm saying? Everybody getting fat. I'm a little fat myself, but goddamn, I ain't morbidly obese. I do still try to keep myself in shape. Some of these girls just gave the fuck up after high school, man. Just like, it's like a crackhead in life. He just gives the fuck up. It's like, ain't nothing else to do but smoke rock. Ain't nothing else for that bitch to eat. Nothing else for her to do but eat patty melts and shit like that. It's like, get the fuck out of here. So, the sexiness of the woman is being drawn out. And the other thing I want to say is, this is a hypothetical question. Sexiness in the shower. Men want to hit that girl in the shower. You know what I'm saying? That's some okay shit. But what happened if you taking a shower with your girl and the tub is getting dirty more off of her than off you? I mean, you taking a shower to clean, but then you gonna be like in the back of your mind, like, man, this motherfucker is a filthy motherfucker. Like, when was the last time she took a shower with her old stinking dirty ass? You know what I'm saying? And speaking of that, why is it that, when you're a young teenager dude, like young teenage guy, we get, perspire quicker. So we get a little bit more tart faster. So we will have to wash our ass. You have your parents sometimes, hey man, you need to get your ass in the shower. You stink a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But as you get older, you don't need nobody to tell you that. Or you shouldn't tell something. Nobody should be saying, hey man, get your ass in the shower. Get your ass in the shower. Why is it that these young dudes, like, not young like in teenagers, but I'm talking about like young like in their 20s, stink so damn bad? Like, what the fuck? I mean, not wanting to wash your ass? Niggas done put cologne on to cover up the stench, spray their nuts down there just so a girl could, and then a girl fuck them. I don't see how is that happen. And then I meet a girl, and then she like, oh, you smell nice and you got standards. Like, nigga, washing my ass is a standard that everybody should have. I don't think that's like an upper echelon standard that niggas just don't know about. Like, putting a soapy rag to your ass should be a standard that everybody is familiar with. It should be a universal language, but I find more and more times I come across, walk past some people like, Walmart walking past somebody like, I had to turn around like, you smell something you smell a nigga so foul that you wanted to fire on that nigga. Like, goddamn, what the fuck? Just threw off your whole shit. Like, you in there shopping, smell something, then the stench itself causes just amnesia right there, just instant amnesia. You forget what the fuck you about to get. Like, what the hell is that? Then you forget that you supposed to get some eggs, get home, you're like, damn, I left the damn milk and eggs at the goddamn place. Because a nigga done walk past stunk so damn bad, dude. Wash your ass, young man. Damn. Wash your motherfucking ass. Sad, man. Women too, man. Yeah, some of these girls out there is, but women for the most part, if I'm in the shower with somebody and you know she's filthy as hell, you know I'ma have to, you know she think I'm probably being sexy. I'm scrubbing that bitch down in the back like, oh you so nice washing my back, like I'm getting in between your crack because obviously you don't do it more as often as I thought you did. Motherfucking till it like coffee because you sitting up in here getting brewed in this bitch, getting brewed in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? So. It's sad, man. It's sad for these. It's sad, man. You know, men and women, wash your ass, man. Right? You know, I look at it like, you know, oh, if you a guy, and this is, you know, I've talked to people before, and you know, women back in the past, you know, I've dealt with and talked to. Had always say that chivalry is dead and that men are not as romantic as they should be. You know, husbands to their wives and guys to their girls, and even when you were getting courted, you know, the chivalry is gone. I want to make something perfectly clear. If niggas ain't doing shit for you, then you ain't worth it. I don't know what to tell you. Ain't that the nigga? It could be that the nigga's not romantic. It could be that way, but it can also be that you're not worth it. You know. Have you ever looked in the mirror at yourself and see if you worth chivalry? Are you? All women ain't worth it. I treated out a lot of hoes back in the day. I treated a lot of hoes to a good time that shouldn't have been treated. They should have been what they were there for. A socket for me to stick something in and get the fuck out of here, man. That's how I look at it, man. And it's not wrong because they've served their purpose. It's just girls in general. It's just girls are just hoes. Some girls are just bred to fuck and keep it moving, man. They're out there. They're made for that. It's guys that just good for you know, having sex. You know, guys just good for fucking. I know some girls who fuck some dudes, and the dude's he's just a fuck buddy. I don't see myself expounding upon a relationship with them. But people always want to be so serious, like, well, you should have sex with somebody that you don't see them being your baby daddy or baby mama, because that's a possibility. Look. Hell on earth is a possibility, okay? It's a motherfucking possibility. But we ain't thinking about that. We thinking about, you know, if somebody told you the world was going to end in a couple days, you know, let's say 3 days. What I'm going to say is the first 2 days, you're going to party your ass off and try to do as much shit as you can. And on the third day, you're going to start repenting your ass out to hope that you get into heaven. That's pretty much what's going to happen. So when somebody sit up here and say that, that's pretty much what it is. Like, ain't nobody thinking about the now. Like, man, I can, you know, now I can see him being my baby mama. I can see him being my, you know, baby daddy. Now, things do transpire when that shit happens. And that's when you call the you know, bitter woman and shit like that. Or the bitter guy. It's like, you know, y'all were just fuck buddies, a baby happened, and then all of a sudden it's like, we got to make this shit work, and then the guy don't want to be there for the woman, so he ain't going to be there for the kid, and the woman turn around and say, oh, your daddy ain't shit, this fuck that nigga ain't, you know, and you take out the aspect that you was hoeing around the time you got pregnant, so you don't want to tell your kid that you was hoeing, so you end up saying that, you know, your daddy ain't shit, he doesn't want to work it out, and this and that, and so you have that kind of thing going on. Then the kid grow up thinking that his daddy ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? And then if the daddy try to tell the little motherfucker something, he's so brainwashed by the motherfucking mama, he don't want to listen to what the fucking daddy got to say anyway. And he start talking shit to his daddy. Then the daddy got to choke his ass off. Look, you look, motherfucker, I'm your daddy. You know what I'm saying? And so it's a repeated cycle, man. It's a motherfucking repeated cycle. And then you get guys who say, I will always be there, you know, for my kids, and I commend you 100%. Like, you know, kudos to you guys, man. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like, good for you. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm with that. Be there for your kid. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to necessarily be there for your baby mama. You can be there for your kid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But there's some sorry motherfuckers out there that you know, that'll say that, and then in the next breath, all you see is the door shutting, his ass crack, you know, hauling it. I gotta go get some bread. Then you see that nigga like 30 or 40, you know, you see that nigga 20 years later. 20 years later, this nigga looking at you like he ain't never left. Like, hey, what's going on? You know, or Lord behold, you become famous. Let's say you become a famous athlete or actor or some shit like that, and your daddy, you ain't seen that motherfucking 20 some years. That nigga would show up as if he the one that paid for you to go to acting class or practice and been there rooting your ass on. And because kids sometimes are a little bit more mature than their parents, especially when the parents are getting their later age because they get ornery and stubborn, kids are trying to still develop a relationship with they peeps, even though they ain't never been around. But me, man, if my daddy wasn't around and that nigga came out, I will have that nigga escorted like, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Uncle Phil. That's how it's gonna be. You getting your ass thrown out on your ass if you think that you about to just come up and mooch off me, dude. No, that's my thing, man. Don't come and mooch into my later ages, man. Talking about I always loved you. It's like it's kind of like when you see a girl back in like you used to like a girl back in the day or back in high school or some shit like that. And then, she didn't date you because maybe you wasn't a popular dude. Maybe you had acne and shit. You wasn't, and all that hot. And then later on in life, she looks at you like, oh, I always liked you. Or I always wanted to be with you. Like, seriously? Did you really? Did you really? So you hit me in the back of the head, tripping me, knocking my books down. That was all just a ploy to tell me now, 10 or 15 years later, how much you love me. Get the fuck out of here, dude. You and them 3 raggedy ass kids you got, and they got snot run out of his own. Get the fuck out of here, dude. I have no apathy in my heart for you whack motherfuckers, dude. You whack motherfuckers. No other thing I'm looking at TV girls get away with, y'all wardrobe, man. Women can buy the most cheapest clothes, man, and get away with it. Because if they got a titty or ass hanging out, that just accentuates the outfit that you got from 7 days. But if a nigga just show up with some raggedy, I ain't gonna say raggedy shoes, but some shoes that maybe not so new or something like that, they didn't get laughed at. You know what I'm saying? Girls are like, I don't want to talk to him and this and that. I know it's superficial. But girls are like that sometimes, man. Niggas ain't superficial. To be honest with you, I said I had a conversation with a coworker. To be honest with you, a nigga don't give a fuck if you ain't got no job. If you're a girl, and that's when you start looking at like he just really care about the pussy. Cause for you, that's basically like fucking a homeless person. And if any nigga is willing to fuck a homeless person, then that's just him saying, you know what, I just care about pussy. It ain't about you. It ain't about your charm. It ain't about that. You know what I'm saying? It's about me fucking you right now, if I can. If you let me. And if you don't let me, you know what I'm saying, then, I ain't saying you gotta force it, but you gotta persuade. You know what I'm saying? Gotta persuade. A lot of crazy people, man. A lot of fucking crazy people. Everybody said the world is ended because all this stuff is happening, crime and stuff like that is happening. People are losing their mind. I know in the D, niggas is losing their mind. You can't step outside and the nigga won't shoot you. You know what I'm saying? That's how it's really going down up there. It's like, what nigga got a bah? Like just doing it. Getting out my system for the day. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little bit at home. You know what? I look at it like this. If it was another Ground Zero is in Detroit. And the towers didn't fall. It was just a bunch of niggas with guns. It's killing a bunch of people and making people leave. There's a mass exodus in the D. There's a lot of property out there, man. So if you're looking to purchase real estate, go to Detroit, man. They selling it by the boatloads, man. They selling it by the motherfucking boatloads, man. It's sad too, man, because that's my city, man. It's sad that the way it went down like that. You know what I'm saying? Got an old ass man trying to run the city. This nigga, man, I think he on dialysis or something. It's something he ain't telling us, man. You know what I'm saying? It's sad though. You know what I'm saying? And I feel for the citizens in the city of Detroit because the police don't show up. It's a sad day in hell when you shot and they got to tell you to come on Thursday to make a report. You know what I'm saying? Damn, that was a nice catch. Speaking of that, man. My goodness. Anyway, back to what I was saying, man. Shout out to all the guys out there that's taking care of their business, man, and not letting a mooch and hoochie getting your shit, man. Girl love to come around when you start acquiring shit. Before, your ass is in a, I don't know, a Nova. A bitch ain't want to say shit to you. You know what I'm saying? As many of people I've ran back into that all of a sudden have like said, hey, you know what? You look nice, and how you doing? Are you taking? Yes, bitch, I'm taking. Yes, I am taking. Okay, don't ask me about how I'm doing. Obviously, I'm doing better than you, and by the looks of it, it look like my tax is about to be risen again because of you out here fucking. You know what I'm saying? So you and that project home you stay in can get the fuck out my face. You know what I'm saying? But guys don't want to be so harsh on women. I don't understand why not. Be hard on these girls, man. They be hard on you, man. You should hear the shit that these girls be talking to behind their man back. It's ridiculous. Girls be talking all kinds of crazy shit today about they dude behind their back. Or when the girl proverbial will be saying, "Oh, he's my ex," and nigga, well, he's your ex because we hanging out. Because as soon as we done hanging out, that nigga is your boo. You know what I'm saying? So I had a girl do that, man. I want to sit up here and like, oh, I didn't know I was pregnant. Oh, I didn't know, I didn't know he wanted to marry me. And then, like, a couple months later, y'all married and you have, and you having a kid. It's like, you knew that shit. You just wanted to hang out. Now I'm cool with it too, man. You know what? If you want to do that, I'm cool with it. We can hang out. You know what I'm saying? But don't lie. Don't fucking lie. Another thing I want to say is, any person, I'm going to get into this, want to borrow some shit, by all means, you can borrow it. But do not say, I need to borrow something, and then the nigga got to bring it to you. It's like, that shit is not going to happen, dude. It's like, if you need to borrow money, you need to find a way to get to the money, man. The money should be getting to you. Let me borrow $20. All right, man, I'll give you the $20. Could you bring it to me? No, I ain't bringing you shit. You ain't my woman. Fuck you think this is? This ain't an exchange, nigga. You ain't doing no services for me. You better come get this 20 or you assed out. You know what I'm saying? Or you fucking assed out. It's my rant, man. Don't loan people shit, man.